Hey guys! I'm so excited to make this video. And oh my gosh, I have been thinking about this TBR here for weeks. I have written and rewritten lists with what I want to read. It's been an ordeal. But I've narrowed it down here and I've made this kind of small enough to where I might pick some things randomly once I finish this, because like it's short enough that I might be able to do that, which is pretty crazy. Also, I'm gonna pick something from my TBR jar, which I haven't done in forever. I'm going to make it a horror book, so I mean, since my stars are color-coded, I'll just pick a horror color. But it's been so long since I've been able to do that because I've been doing all these readathons, which I love doing, but it definitely makes it so I can't always read exactly what I plan on reading unless I like cram things in there, which does eventually take a toll on how much I read, which I don't like. So I'm trying to chill the fuck out, which is also very hard for me to do. I'm uptight. But that's what I have boxed one for, right? And yes, this is a juice glass because I'm an adult, but I'm not quite an adult yet, okay? So we're getting there eventually. I'm the only one in this house who drinks it, so it's not like I need. And like also, I'm kind of clumsy. Anyways, on to my TBR. The first book I'd like to read in October is Pin by Andrew Niederman. This is, I'm very much looking forward to this one. This is about a brother and sister. Their father was a doctor, I believe, some sort of doctor, and he created this kind of like AI thing called Pin to answer all of his growing children's burning questions. Although I'm not sure like why he couldn't just answer them himself, but like I'm not gonna say that I'm not inclined to build a whole fucking robot so that I don't get asked 400 questions a day from my one child. So like it's probably twice as bad if you have two. So then the parents die and they're left alone with Pin. And I know this gets a little bit freaky, like maybe not freaky as in like scary freaky, but freaky as in like, oh, 1980s, what are you doing? I think this was 1980s, 1981, yes, just barely. So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to read this one. I'm also planning on reading Haunted Nights, which is edited by Ellen Datlow and Lisa Morton. Ellen Datlow, of course, does like almost all the horror anthologies you see out there, at least most of the more well-known ones. She does like little niche ones like haunted houses, or she's done ones about like things under the sea. And then she also does the best horror of the year anthologies too. So this is an anthology, obviously. There's no synopsis because it's an anthology, but I'm looking forward to reading this one. It's been a little while since I read an anthology. In fact, I think the last one I read was Hark the Herald Angels Scream, which would have been last winter already. So I feel like this is timely. It'll get me in a spooky mood, although I'm pretty spooky most of the time anyways. Next, another one of my most anticipated books that I forgot about. I'm not sure what that says about me as a person, but this is The Possession by Michael Rutger. I like don't know what the synopsis of this is about really. I know that this is another story that includes the crew of the Anomaly Files. They were in the Anomaly. They were the group, the television crew for the TV show that, you know, was featured in, that was the main thing in the Anomaly, which I loved. This book came out in July and like I really wanted to get it, and then like I totally forgot about it. So here I am though, finally a couple months later, and I think that October is the perfect time to read this anyways. Next, I'd like to get to Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. This is about some kids and their interactions with a traveling carnival that comes to their town. This has like total fall vibes. I've never read this book before, but I watched the movie over and over and over as a kid, and it's one of my childhood favorites for sure. It was a little spooky, especially the end where they do the backwards aging. So I'm hoping I love this just as much as I love the movie, if not more, because it's the book. We'll see, right? Okay, next on my list is Halloween Fiend by C.V. Hunt. This is just a short, little sweet one I got from, this came in a Nightworms package, as well as Haunted Nights. Haunted Nights did as well. And like, what better time of the year to read something called Halloween Fiend than freaking October? And this is about a small town where, I don't know, this weird creature thing comes, and I think the residents of the town have to like kind of pay homage to it by just like leaving small things out. And I'm not really sure what happens if they don't do that. So I guess we'll find out maybe in this book. This has some fantastic artwork. It's super spoopy. Next, I'd like to get to Remains by Andrew Cull. This is a book that I wanted to read last month and I didn't quite get to it, so this will be the month though for sure. I'm not packing on too much, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get to this. And this is, I don't really know. It's about a woman whose child dies. She goes back to the home where it happened, I believe. She sees her son in the house, and I don't know more than that. The synopsis really doesn't tell us more than that. But I'm hoping that this has that like deep, heavy grief horror thing going on. I feel like it has to, right? So we'll see. Okay, and next I have Rose Matter by Stephen King. It's been a while since I've read a Stephen King book as well, so I thought I'd better get back on that. And also, like I've been saying, what better time of the year? So this is Rose Matter, and this is the story of a woman who is in an abusive marriage. She finally flees her husband, but is very worried that he'll track her back down because he is a police officer. So, yeah, I know this is one, I don't know if I ever finished it, but I know I read part of it at some point. I probably read it when I was younger than I should have, or read part of it. I don't know if I finished it or not. I can't really remember, so it's kind of a reread, but also kind of not. Okay, so this brings us to my TBR jar. As you can see, there is like 500-600 fucking stars in this. Probably more than that actually, because even if I've read a book, I can't just pull it out because I'd have to unwrap every single star and look for the title of the book. So this month I'm just pulling out a green star because I'd like it to be horror related, obviously. But which one do I pick? Which green star? Okay, here he is. This is the one. Hopefully I haven't read it. Beep. Beep. Who will it be? Ah, okay. This seems like a good one. This is Chrysalis. I don't know if you can read this. I can't tell because I'm blind. But Chrysalis by Brendan Deneen. Let me get it. So here it is, Chrysalis by Brendan Deneen. It says don't go into the basement, and I'm assuming that it's about it's about a house with a weird basement. Okay, so this couple move out to the city, or they move out of the city to kind of a more rural place, and the husband finds a thing in the basement and he becomes obsessed with the basement. So wow, I'm excited for this one as well. I mean, I bought it, so like I kind of have to be excited to read it, right? But this one isn't one that I feel like groaning about. I don't know, what am I saying? I'm rambling. It's a nice spooky green color. fucking K. So that's it for right now. I've kind of gone back and forth about maybe doing the Spookathon readathon, which is something that I have done for the past like 2 or 3 years, but I think I'm readathoned out. And also something I want to do this month, something I started doing last year, but obviously I didn't have my channel last year, was doing kind of a movie marathon for myself. So I watch a horror movie for every night in October. That's another list that I've spent probably a week kind of perfecting, and like it's still not quite done yet. And it's a good mix of older movies, some rewatches for me, some newer ones, some I've never seen before, some foreign movies, some, I don't know, some slashers, which is not something I typically like, but I'm trying to not just close myself off to those. So I'm doing that, and I think at the end of each week I'm going to do a little synopsis of the movies I've watched that week and just like tell you about them a little bit and if I like them or what. I don't know. Are you guys interested in that? That's my TBR for October though. And yeah, I'm super fucking excited about it. And I'm excited to just read things without worrying about getting things read for other videos I want to do and all that stuff. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Leave me a comment down below if you'd like to suggest any, oh yeah, if you want to suggest any movies, because like I said, my list is flexible. There are some things I definitely won't get rid of, but there are some things that I might move around, and if I get good suggestions, it's kind of hard at this point finding things that, not necessarily like finding things anywhere that I haven't watched, but finding things on like the streaming subscriptions that I have, like Hulu, Netflix, Shudder, HBO, Prime, stuff like that. It's kind of hard to find things that look good, but also that I haven't watched. So let me know if you have any recommendations for that, or like any of this spooky shit. Yeah, just let me know. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and have a fucking spooky October. I'll see you later.